Hello everyone, and welcome to another World War II airgun review. Today I'm going to be going over the Cybergun Thompson. Now as you can see, this is a very nice looking gun. Now, because I borrowed it from a friend, I do not have the original packaging. Also, I'm not going to be taking it apart. If you want to find out how to take it apart or how to modify it, how to upgrade it, I recommend going to World War II AirsoftAssociation.com. It's a very helpful website for World War II airsoft enthusiasts, and I highly recommend going there for World War II gun reviews. Now let's go over some external features of this gun. Cybergun did a very nice job detailing it. Now on the right side of the gun, you'll see that Cybergun has printed in white some text. It says, Auto Ordnance Corporation, Worcester, Massachusetts, United States of America. And I find it funny that it says Made in China on the side, while on the top it says United States property. A little bit of irony there for you. Also, it says on the top a little insignia for Thompson. I'm not sure whether or not that is accurate, but I doubt it. And then if we look at the other side, we see that it says Thompson submachine gun, caliber 6mm M1A1. And it also has a serial number. And I assume that that is for each individual gun, as in each one gets its own number. And I think that's pretty cool. It makes your gun a little bit more unique. Also on this side, we have the selector switches. There are two of them. The one towards the back is safe, the one in the front is fire. If you turn the safety one towards the front, your gun will fire. Towards the back, it's on safe. Now, the switch in the front determines your fire mode. Towards the back, it's on full auto. When you turn it to the front, it's on semi. Now personally, I think having two switches is a little bit annoying, but it works and it looks accurate to the actual gun. Now also on this side is the mag release. It's right up here by my thumb. Now, ideally, I would want to be able to reach that mag release with the same hand that I'm pulling the trigger with. It just makes life easier, but unfortunately, I can't reach it. Notice how my finger is on the trigger. When I try and reach with my thumb, I have to let go of the trigger. I have to use my other hand, push up, and yank down. Now, these magazines do require a little bit of force to pull out. What I recommend is greasing these rails and the little groove inside the gun right here. I recommend taking some kind of lubricant, whether it's grease, silicone, just put it in there so that it's easier to slide your mags in and out. Now, one thing I should mention about the magazines, when you go to put them back in, make sure that you slap the bottom of the mag so that the top of the mag makes contact with the bottom of the receiver. You want to make sure that happens, because if it doesn't, your magazine won't feed any BBs into the gun. To make sure that you have a nice, smooth feed of BBs, all you have to do is when you replace the magazine, just slide it all the way up to the top and slam the bottom. When you slam the bottom, that makes sure that the top of the magazine makes contact with the hop-up system. Now these are very, very nice mags, and I'd like to go over them with you. So let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, here are the two magazines. This one is a high cap, this one is a mid cap. The one on the right here, is metal, this one's plastic. They are produced by King Arms in packs of 5, and each one holds about 110 rounds. You load it with a speed loader and you're set to go. This is a high cap. It works just like any other. There's a gear at the bottom that you wind up. And at the top, there's a trap door that leads to the reservoir. This magazine holds about 300 rounds, and once you load it, you close the door, wind the gear, and you're ready to fire. Now there are a few things I want to mention about the stock. First of all, it fits better underneath your shoulder than it does against it. It just feels more comfortable. Also, the stock is ABS plastic, so it isn't very heavy, but the metal butt plate gives it a realistic feel up against your shoulder. Now, back here in the stock is where the battery's held. It goes right back here, and you remove the butt plate by opening up this little circular hatch. Real gun, that would hold a rifle cleaning kit. Now, what you do is, you lift it out with your finger, and then you just rotate it down. From here, the wires will just pull right out. You can plug your battery in and go ahead and slide it back into the stock. Now, the stock houses a mini type battery, and I believe it can hold up to a 9.6. I wouldn't try using a large type because, one, I feel like it would be too tight, and two, you would have to cut a lot of plastic out to make that fit. Now you can just shove the wires back in, flip the butt plate back up, and slap it into place, and you're ready to go. Now there are two things about this side of the gun that I meant to mention earlier. The first thing, of course, is the hop-up. Right up here, where the shells on the real gun would eject, is a little wheel. You turn it down, the hop-up will go down. You turn it up, the hop-up will go up. Now the second thing is the bolt. This serves no purpose other than to make the gun look and feel more realistic. Now let's take a look down the sights. There's one towards the rear that you line up with the one in the front. The one towards the rear is not very efficient. All you have to look through is that tiny hole, and all it does to adjust is inch up and inch down. So they aren't very effective. Personally, I would probably just fire from the hip with this weapon. Unless you're playing with only safety glasses, I don't recommend putting it up to your shoulder to aim, as it will be very hard to see through. Now on the front and on the rear, there are sling mounts. As you can see, my friend purchased a Vietnam-era sling, and I believe he bought it from M1A1.com. If you guys don't know what that is, check it out. But anyway, when you sling this thing around your shoulder, it lays on your back very, very nicely. It feels very comfortable, and you can access it quickly for combat. Now, I don't recommend that you try to sling this gun over your neck or shoulder, because it's not very comfortable, it's not very tactical, it's not very efficient holding it this way. But you can hold it whatever way is comfortable for you. Well, that pretty much does it for all of the external features on the Cybergun Thompson. So now I'm going to go ahead and take this gun outside and do a firing test for you. First off, I'll show you semi-automatic, and then I'll switch into some full automatic bursts. So let's go ahead outside and see what we got here. Alright, this target is about 50 feet away from where I'm firing, and I have my camera zoomed in so that you can see exactly how accurate this gun is. Take note that I did adjust the hop-up. Now on semi-automatic, we did get a couple bullseyes, but we were also a little bit more spread out. Let's see how well this gun functions firing fully automatic. Alright, so as you can see, the full automatic fire did tend to spread out some more, however it did concentrate towards the center. The BBs never left the gray area of the target, so I would say that for a submachine gun, it fared pretty well. So that wraps up my review for the Cybergun Thompson. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it gives you some insight, and I'd like to thank the friend of mine who lent this to me. Also, to all you guys at World War II Airsoft Association who are watching this, thanks a lot. Thanks for your advice and your subscriptions. I appreciate it. Coming up next is the D-Boys Shell Ejecting Car 98. So stay tuned, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody.